Welcome to Newspaper Review. To help us look at what the national dailies are saying today, we have Mr. Kenechukwu Fabian. Mr. Kenechukwu Fabian is our public affairs analyst. I will welcome you to our studio, Kene.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here once again.
Okay. Oh, once again, indeed, because you've been here sometime in the past.
Yeah.
But it's a welcome to you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, usually Kenechukwu joins us from Enugu. It's good to know that even Enugu people are watching us.
Thank you.
You must be commended.
Okay, welcome. And I must say that you're looking good.
Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome. Yes, let's start with our ABS website news.
Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, SUG, lauds Obiano on appointment of VC, commends ongoing reforms in varsity. Anambra government to upgrade facilities at fire service stations. Anambra government to invest more resources in beautification of urban towns. Politicians cautioned against making disparaging statements.
Okay.
So,
where do we start? Which of the news item would you like to look at, Ugo?
Let's look at the first one there.
Okay. The appointment of the new VC.
Yeah.
For Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University.
SUG allows Obiano's appointment of a VC. Well, it's a good development. It's a good development because sometimes one thing about the leadership that I always talk about is when you have a leader who understands, the situation, the situation of the society where the person is a leader. Now, I think, well, I wouldn't know much about the person appointed at the VC, but I think...
Chikobi, because...
you mean Professor Chikobi?
Yeah, Chikobi.
The mathematician.
Chiakobi.
Okay, Chiakobi.
Not the mathematician. Chiakobi.
Okay.
He's a seasoned technocrat, as being described.
Well, the most important thing is a timely appointment, and it's a good development.
Yes.
And if you see the reforms he intends to inject into the system, that shows that he knows the job actually. Okay. Anambra State to upgrade facilities at fire service stations. Do you think it's apt?
That's very wonderful. Very wonderful. We need it. One problem we have in our society, Nigeria at large, is that this issue of fire service facilities, we lack it everywhere. If you go to some of our developing cities, even our local government headquarters, we don't have fire service facilities. I think it's a good development. I think we should commend the governor for this noble idea of upgrading the facilities we have at the various fire service center.
Yes. And then finally, politicians cautioned against making the barraging statements. And you keep wondering, especially this time that we don't even know whether the campaign has started, these barraging statements. Okay, have campaign started? If not, what is going on? The politics seems to be very hot.
We are approaching the electionary campaign. In fact, we don't need to wait till when the election, is at hand before you see. It's normal here. It's normal in Nigeria. We call it political Nigeriana. Yeah,
that's a good one.
The Nigerian politics is expected. So it's a normal thing, and I wonder who is cautioning politicians from using this kind of language. Though it's very unfortunate.
It might also be a politician cautioning politicians.
That is it, and don't be surprised you still see the same person. So it's normal here. Though it's very unfortunate that we see our politicians using disparaging languages, inciting their members against others and all. It's not encouraging though, but I will tell you that it's normal here.
It's normal, like we have come to live with it. Okay, let's move ahead now and see the papers we have today. Daily Sun is the first paper we're going to look at today. That's the Sun newspapers.
And the banner headline there says, "Offer robbery. Again, police invite Saraki with the right at their invitation. Political gain," says Senate President. Up there we have PDP expels Kashamu, 3 others divided over name change proposal. Okay, down there, Oshodia Papa Road, Gridlock, Lagos suspend fresh tank farm approval. Pledges to fix a relay trailer park within 1 month. Okay, down there, Mbaka wants Buhari, senators, reps, others with the rider, ask them to seek God's forgiveness.
He didn't take this one. Oshimole threatens to expel Ngige. Other ministers from APC says, I am not losing sleep over reform APC. Is Ngige a member of the reform APC?
No, it's not.
So why is
he trying to fire him?
Yeah, there was an instruction that came from the national chairman of APC, Oshomone.
Okay.
He directed Dr. Chris Ngige, who is the Minister of Labor and Employment, and also the State Minister for Aviation, that is Sidi Hadrika.
Okay.
He rather, we say he warned them, rather, and he gave them 7 days ultimatum to constitute the board of their various, the boards
Ministers.
of the parastatals under his ministry,
okay,
and that of even the Minister of Aviation. Yeah, he warned them to do that and gave them 7 days ultimatum to do that. And I think at the end of the day, they did not obey the instruction coming from him.
Who gave the instruction?
Instruction coming from a party chairman,
yes,
to a federal executive minister?
Yeah.
Is it right? Is this
well,
possible they want to instruct them to constitute agencies in their ministry?
The board
is supposed to come from the head of service.
The truth is this, if you look at it very well, if you want to look at it critically, you understand that the party is supreme.
Really?
Yes, even the president is under the party. But the president is not above the party. So the chairman of the party, the chairman of the ruling party, wields a serious influence on the government in power. So what he's saying is that it's not that what he said that he was going to expel them from the party, not that he was going to sack them.
Okay.
That was not the statement.
Okay.
He said that he was going to expel them from the party. And when he expelled them from the party, the next thing is to pressure the president to remove them.
Okay, you need to offer robbery
again.
Yes. Police and Vice Saraki invitation. The senior president said it's a political game. The offer stuff is still rising
this
up again.
robbery to me is becoming a show of shame. Yeah, it like I will always say, these are the things we expect. To me, it's not unexpected. We have been expecting this kind of a thing coming up. During this kind of period, you start seeing issues coming up. But, I am not going to stand for the Senate President. If he has any case to answer, I don't think he should go and, report himself to the police and explain whatever he knows about the incident. Though
and
to me,
this one.
Yeah?
I say, as this one is coming up now, it simply means that the closed door meeting that they had last week did not yield any results. Because I was thinking by now they would
that is from what is happening now.
Yes.
I think Saraki is not ready to.
And then they started calling shots from every angle. So let's look at PDP Express Kashamo, 3 others divided over name change proposal. Is it the right time for them to try to change their name? Looking at 2019 election that is coming very closely.
Well, I think it's very late. From my own perspective, the way I'm seeing it, because PDP should understand that the government in power to a large extent controls INEC. Though unfortunately, INEC is an independent body, but still we know the influence of government. And to me, now, coming at this stage for them to start changing the name of their party, I'm seeing it that INEC may even frustrate them. They may not be able to succeed.
I see.
Yeah, so there may be frustration. So my own view is that I'm looking at it that if possible, they should keep that aside
until after election.
After election.
As they wanted to use that as a damage control and then to make sure that they cling to power by 2019.
But why? Why are they even changing their
damage control?
I think we have to start from the change of attitude.
Yes, attitude. They say that a lot of a lot of negative things have been ascribed to the name PDP and all the rest of
But I don't see PDP as the problem. The name, the acronym PDP is not the problem.
But the
We are talking about the people.
The individuals
there.
So the same people changing their name will remain who they are.
It's like you removing your clothes and putting another one. Has
I
it
am still
changed?
IG.
Wow.
Okay, let's move ahead. Daily Times.
Daily Times, let's go. The banner headline that said, 2019 polls, defection fever grips APC, PDP. With the right that their PDP defense action on defectors name change. APC won't negotiate with permanent mercenaries. Oshomole is talking. 13 Benue PDP governorship aspirants reject Governor Autumn's return. Down there again, police invite Saraki. We've taken that. World Bank invests $20.5 billion to combat climate change. Nigeria escapes FIFA ban as FG restates panic-led MFF. So which one? Let's take the infection fever that grips APC and PDP. Everybody's cross-carpeting, going from one to the other.
Yeah, it's normal. And this is the period. We are going to see more or less of a defection from PDP to APC, from APC to PDP.
From renewed to...
well, I don't... Even that renewed APC, whatever they call it. Okay, reformed. It's not a party it's not a party.
For now, because it's not been registered.
It's not, it's not registered.
It's just a bride that's looking for a husband.
You know, these are...
Exactly.
Who will marry me? Let me color your house.
So
that's exactly what they are.
We expect more, of this defection people. In fact, like today, being Tuesday, at the National Assembly, we're expecting some National Assembly members
to
voting to the other side of the seat. Yeah.
And that's exactly why some of the political analysts have said that it does appear we don't have any political ideology here. Why would you be defecting from one place to the other, perhaps fighting for your personal interest? Okay?
Yeah. Like, it's a serious problem here that our political parties, we have no ideologies, no policies, no programs. If you go back to, the First Republic, Second Republic, you look at the programs, the policies, which always form the manifesto of those political parties then. And whenever they are campaigning, they go on with these programs and the policies they have. That's why if you look at what happened during those days, you hardly see politicians defecting from one political party to another because they believe in the policies and programs of their parties. But what we have here today, there is no policy, no program.
Everybody is looking for his own
wherever your
personal
stomach faces today,
you hardly do.
That is where you
hardly see them defend. And when they do, it forms a very big story, like I heard what happened in the First
today
Republic.
It's becoming so reckless.
Yes, it is. Let's quickly look at this story up here. Press Council bill will criminalize journalism practice. And this is coming from media stakeholders, as they say that to the Senate president.
Yeah, I think there's a bill before the Senate. But the bill is not really clear. But from what I read from a Nigerian press organization, this is an organization that comprises both newspaper owners, editors, and even NUJ. Yeah. So I think they are talking about that this bill, if passed into law, I think they term it a draconian law or a bill rather. That this bill seems to usurp the power of the court or even some of the disciplinary committees of these different agencies. Yeah. And
by rendering the press freedom useless.
The
press
trying to
law.
hamper.
The Tribune newspaper, what do we have there?
Of a robbery again.
Police advise Saraki, order him to report 8 a.m. today in Abuja. Okay, down there we have Oshomole attacks Ngige. Ibuhari condones disrespect for his office. I will not condemn same for the party.
Really? Very strong language coming from the chairman.
Serious. Another one said that 20-year-old suspect reveals how I cover up with hijab to kill rival court members. Fire engulfs Aregbo Shola office. RAPC chairman Galadima's son survived car accident. And then Castina flood, 10 more corpses recovered.
Reformed APC chairman Galadima's son survived car accident. And we thank God for that. But Castina flood, like we are, very afraid that this might get to this place because this region is part of the places that have been named that flood is facing this year.
Yeah, it happened in 2012. Many states were affected.
Okay.
I think the best thing for government and even individuals on their own should do now is to be proactive and put measures in place. Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Let's look at Punch quickly. Our time is running.
Okay. Punch says of a robbery. Well, we've taken that. IG Idris summon Saraki again. Down there, or rather on the top right corner there, you see FG releases admission list for 104 colleges. Down there, Unizik students protest colleagues' death. Blame varsity for tragedy.
Too bad.
Okay, down there, NFF confusion as DSS ejects Giwa board. Pinnick returns.
Okay, let's look at this Unizik story. Protesting because of the death of one of their own.
Yeah, I think I read that thing yesterday. It's very pathetic. Yeah, I sympathize with the school, that's Unizik, and also the family of the young man. It's very unfortunate it happened. Well, we don't know actually what happened, really, because
they agitated. They said that the medical
they're blaming the university for the tragedy.
Not rise up to the occasion to tackle.
Yes, that is their own side of the story.
Good.
But from what I read from the school authority, they have exonerated themselves from the issue. I think from the VC's office, they claim that the boy died before he was brought to the school.
He was dead on arrival.
Yes, he had died before then. Though he set up a panel to investigate what's actually happened. So I think we should wait until the findings are out so that we can be able to take our own position.
Okay, let's quickly look at this one before we move. Oyedipo to Buhari resign, get out of office. Oyedipo is the head of which church now?
Is it ready?
Winners.
Okay, Winners.
Okay, Winners. Okay.
Well, and then we read the other place. Baka is saying they should return to God.
Please.
Okay, let's move ahead. You wanted to say something on that.
I think that's Oyedipo issue. To me, I think it's just a wishful thinking. Yeah.
And Baka said the same thing.
In our own client, people don't resign. So for him saying that to me, maybe he just wants to talk.
Are you saying that some of these people that are calling for the resignation of these officers are just looking?
Why are they saying they know it's not possible?
Okay, they just want to be given attention or what?
Yeah, I think the best thing is for them to encourage their members to get PVC
and do the right thing.
Do the right thing. But all this issue of resign, are they new here in this country?
Okay, let's quickly rush to the Guardian newspaper before we go.
Well, the banner headline there, we've treated it. Let's get down there. It said, INEC observers urge review of Electoral Act to criminalize vote buying. I think that one we should give attention to it.
Yes.
Yeah,
finally,
vote buying
just 30 seconds before
is a dangerous dimension. No, but the truth remains that I don't think they can be able to stop it. All we need is change of attitude. I cannot stop it.
And who is going to change his or her attitude? Is it INEC, the politicians, or the voters?
Everybody.
Everybody.
More especially the politicians. If I look at what happened in Ekiti State recently, I rated INEC very high. They did their best. I think that a nation, to me, to a large extent, you can see that we didn't record most, this, sometimes we start talking about the issue of late arrival of materials, not seeing missing electoral materials and all. Everything was there. But the problem came from the politicians who were buying votes. So to me, I don't think INEC cannot stop this.
INEC cannot stop this. No more course we are leaving. We'd like to thank you very much for coming. Mr. Kenechukwu Fabian, a public affairs analyst, thank you for joining us in Good Morning Anambra newspaper. Okay.